Hey guys, this is my WordPress page and I'm Kosa and I will show you what I did over the semester in IT. Here's a tutorial how to add pictures into Autodesk. I created it for Mr. Paul. Here you can see my top 5 moments of 2011. We created a Prezi about it and our goals for 2012. Like you can see, I can show you some parts of it. Like here are the goals. Zoom in. Go to 2012. Here are some articles that you wrote, exactly 10 about this semester. Here's about the article about Google Chrome 15, which is beaten Microsoft Internet Explorer. Also a good article. And here's one about Motorola Droid Razr, the new one. It's really thin. And this is about a game, the new game of the Need for Speed series. And here you can see one of our PS Vita. This is also one of my best articles, I think, because it was really interesting to do it. And here you can see one Samsung and Google unveils a new Galaxy Note, which is also a good article. I put in every article a video which shows the features, so everyone can see the features if they don't want to read the text. Here you can see upcoming features in iPad 4, iPad 3, which are really awesome because it will beat with those features the new piece, all those computers. So everyone don't know that. So no one needs to buy a computer anymore. Here you can see the new article, the new upcoming features in iPhone 5. So I mean, this is what people expect. So it could be true, like the commercial here. If this was, if the iPhone contains those things, it will be unbeaten. No one could beat it, and it would be awesome. Everyone would buy it. And here you can see one about a game named Assassin's Creed Revelation. Awesome game. Now older posts. You can see one about iPhone 4S, what happened to iPhone 5. Also one of my best articles. And I really like to create it because everyone was surprised because it didn't release iPhone 5 but 4S. You see it. And here's one of a game named Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. This is my first article and I spent a lot of time, like I added many videos and a lot of text created, and this was really interesting. And this was the first thing I did in WordPress. No, this was the second thing I created in WordPress, like about some things which was really surprising. And here you can see first Prezi. That was my first Prezi I created with WordPress, and that was my first one. The other one was my second one. And here I created a Prezi about myself. Like here where I came from, all those stuff, my hobbies, my interests. Okay, go on, it's gone. Here's the unit 3ds Max. It was a really interesting unit and I had many problems like as a beginner, but I somehow managed to solve them by watching tutorials. Like you can see a slideshow of all those pictures and so on. Like here, you can open those up to make them bigger. Loading. You can see a room scene which I created. It was my final project. I really liked it, and it was also my favorite one. You can see Bob Marley, my favorite band, here, and you can see all those textures and the grass effect, and Vegeta who says it's over 9,000, and then let's get back. You can see all those pictures. Here's a video about the first task, which did a move effect. Next one is name, which rotates around. You can see our winter scene, which was really interesting, and I liked it. But it was not my favorite one, but I really liked it. Like we created a snowman whose head is flying off and landing like right in front of this house, the big house, and a text saying Merry Christmas with mountains and trees and a lake. You can see my final project, an awesome one, and you can see all those designs, the structure looks perfect. You can watch the video. I had many problems at the beginning in the story, like how to add pictures or make those objects smooth, like the couch, as you can see, all those pillows, and yeah. But I somehow, by watching tutorials, I managed to do those things. It was really interesting though, and this was my favorite part. It's over 9,000. Okay, so go on. About me. Here you can see a prezi about me, which I already showed you guys, and my top 5 moments, documentaries. Here are all main prezis which we created, like one about Steve Jobs or after he died. His legacy still remained. Background information, where he came from, where he studied, and a video of his speech. Which challenges he faced throughout his career, about his personal life, business. Yeah. And here you can see the Google Game Changer Prezi. That was my favorite, my best one. I spent a lot of time, and it contains a lot of information. You can see about the co-founders, Sergey Brin and Larry Page afterwards, where he came from, like his dad, where he studied, all those things. And here's a Netflix Prezi, which we created. This was the last Prezi. Also an interesting, also a good one. What was the company? We learned a lot of a lot of things in IT. Like here, next one, Facebook review. I created it with Ahmed, Gouvier, and Montessor, and it was a group project, and we spent a lot of time. Like you can see some designs, like a crying smiley somehow, and a angry smiley, and a laughing smiley, and it also contains a lot of information, like about those employees, ownership, about Mark Zuckerberg, and I will go to Flash, the latest assignment. That was my favorite, also my favorite assignment, like about those information, that who owns it, what does it do. Like here's the first video which I created, transforming my name into a Pepsi logo. Here, throwing a basketball into the basket. Here, kicking a soccer ball throwing a soccer ball into the goal. The Canex logo, transforming it into the newest one. This one I did out of fun because I was bored and to gain some more experience with those tweens, shape tweens and motion tween. And this is me as a baby who's transforming into the way I look nowadays. And this was my final project. It was an awesome task and I okay, let's move on. Here's the hardware assignment. You create a prezi about those things which contains all those things which contains a computer. Here I created an awesome designer robot and all this information are in him, like in his body. And here are all information which you need to know if you want some information about a computer, like where the CPU is or where the power supply is. Okay, let's go to the next one. Photoshop unit. That was also an interesting unit, and my final project was really hard to do, but I managed it. Because I was a beginner in this unit, I never worked with Photoshop. Like you can see all those pictures, slideshow again, which I created. Next, the Photoshop portfolio. Here, what tools I did in Photoshop, what skills I developed or worked on, what challenge I faced. Like I had many problems, like creating layer masks and paths. And then in the mental wave tutorial, I had many problems. And sometimes I did something wrong, I had to do it again, or using the liquify tool. Here you can see my Photoshop portfolio, which contains all those pictures without music. And if you want to watch it with music, here's also another option. I just presented all my videos here, so you can see all those pictures. Here I created my name, my long word for my hobby. Here's Soul Rebel. Yes. And here this was my hardest, also a hard one. And because the mental wave, to create the mental wave, it was really hard. And those shadow effects, and the Apple logo, the ellipse effect, fire effect, and I somehow created a logo inside, in the middle. And here a bowl effect with a jumping guy, hazardous, a king symbol. And this was my final project and it was really hard. But this was also an awesome one and amazing because I could see how much experience I gained over 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and it was really impressive and I was proud of myself. Okay, here you can see my Photoshop tutorial. I did everything by step in short steps, and I think it's really good to follow and everyone could create it. Like I already some 2 people, no, 3 or 4 people who created it, and they were really surprised how easy it is if they follow my steps because they are well explained, I guess. And that was all about my page, and I hope you enjoyed it, guys. So if you are interested.